Unfortunately for Zach Jones, Erik Gustafsson returning to the lineup after missing some time due to an elbow that he took to the head from Florida Panthers forward Sam Reinhart back on March 23rd. It does seem like obviously Zach Jones is now going to be the healthy scratch, or one of them, alongside Erik Gustafsson coming back to the lineup now and kind of taking his spot, which it is a little unfortunate. The Rangers are obviously getting a bit healthier on the D-core side of things there, and that means that Zach Jones is unfortunately one of the guys that are going to be put on the outside looking in, and it does suck. I mean, Zach has played 13 games in a row now for the Rangers. He has been playing some pretty great overall hockey, I thought, since he's obviously kind of got put back in the lineup there. He's played pretty good, not playing, amazing hockey, but definitely has been pretty solid. And, for a bottom pairing guy, definitely has not played too bad at all. So this is a little unfortunate for Zach, obviously not being able to stay in the lineup there, as he has played pretty good. But a guy like Erik Gustafsson coming back now, he does kind of deserve this spot, I would say, over Zach. I mean, he is a more veteran guy. Obviously played under Peter Laviolette last season, so there's some loyalty there potentially, obviously, with Peter Laviolette liking Gustafsson there. But I think in general, though, pretty unfortunate situation for a guy like Zach, though, who, like I said, has played pretty good over that span. Taking a look here at a quote from Zach Jones, he said, "Disappointment is a good word, but honestly, I'm happy with the way I played." He said, "I know Lavi's got some tough decisions to make. We've got a really good team here, and guys have to sit. It's just the nature of the beast." And that's true. I mean, I think I can agree with all parts of that. I mean, obviously, Zach played pretty good. I think he should definitely be happy with the way he played at points. Earlier on in the season and last year at times, he definitely didn't look like an NHL caliber guy at times, but this year, I think especially over that 13-game span here that he just played, he did look pretty good and definitely looked like he belonged on the ice. And obviously, yes, the other part is true as well, that we have a great team here on the Rangers. This is a good team with a lot of depth now as well. I mean, adding in Chad Ruhwedel, I think, helps a lot, and just an overall pretty solid team here that we have. So it is unfortunate for a guy like Zach, who is 23 years old. He obviously wants to play and have a good long NHL career. Right now, he's kind of being blocked by this pretty solid D-core, so it's unfortunate for him, but at least he understands, obviously, that, Lavi's going to have some tough decisions to make, and he is right now, unfortunately, the odd man out, or at least one of them. And taking a look here at another quote from Zach Jones, he says, "I really feel like I got my confidence back." He said, "I got in a consistent groove, and I know that when next time comes, I'm going to be ready for it." And that's a good sign there, because we have seen that, at times when some guys maybe are out for a while and they come back in, they don't look too great off the hop. If he can obviously come in and into a playoff situation, which is a possibility, if an injury happens, he very well could be that kind of seventh guy over a guy like Chad Ruhwedel. So if that does happen and he is the guy to go in there in case an injury happens, he's got to be ready to go right away. He can't be going in there and be a liability out there. He's got to be a good player. So hopefully the next time he does get called upon, he is ready to go and can make a pretty good impact. And the last quote we're going to take a look at today is from Peter Laviolette. He says, "We're fortunate," Laviolette said. "We've got a lot of good defensemen here right now. We've got great depth for the playoffs. They're going to be tough decisions no matter what." And that is absolutely true. A guy like Chad Ruhwedel and Zach Jones being our 7th and 8th D-men, I think, is a very reassuring thing as a Rangers fan to watch. I mean, if we do see an injury or two, obviously you don't want to see that happen. And either way, you lose a guy like Foxy, you can't really replace him. But at least having two of these guys in, obviously Zach Jones and Chad Ruhwedel, is quite nice. And a guy like Chad Ruhwedel, he does have quite a bit of games, obviously, in the playoffs, play with Pittsburgh, so maybe he is that guy over Zach Jones. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, having these two guys as our depth defensemen, the 7th and 8th guys, I think is pretty reassuring and definitely a very nice thing, because this team is obviously trying to go on a deep playoff run. You got to have some good depth if you're going to do that, and these two guys definitely provide that. And for next season, I would like to see Zach Jones be an everyday defenseman pretty much at the NHL level. I want to see him be that 6th D-man. I think from what we've seen this season, I think he's kind of shown that he definitely can be an everyday NHL caliber guy. He definitely is deserving of a spot on that bottom pairing, I think. And hopefully going forward, we end up seeing that. He's still only 23. Like, there is still a bit of upside left in Zach Jones. I'm not saying he's ever going to be, even a quarterback, one of the power play, and be some top pairing offensive D-man, but he definitely can be a pretty solid, kind of bottom pairing D-man, good offensive kind of puck mover. If he can get a little stronger, a little better defensively, that would go a long way for his overall game. But when you consider a guy like Zach Jones for next season is only going to make $812,000, and he's still an RFA after next season as well. And then you take a look at a guy like Erik Gustafsson, who's going to make, quite a bit more than that. Obviously, this season, Erik Gustafsson is making $825K. He is 100% going to get a pay raise. So having a guy like Zach, who's going to be a much cheaper option, I would say. I mean, you're probably looking at least about half of what Erik Gustafsson's going to make. He's probably going to make at least double, if not quite a bit more. So this is a guy who's obviously a pretty solid defenseman. Erik Gustafsson is pretty good, obviously, but I think for the price difference there and seeing Zach Jones hopefully be able to take that big step because he still is only 23 years old, I would really like to see him be that 6D man for next season. Anyways, though, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please smash the like button. And don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on the Erik Gustafsson, Zach Jones situation. Who do you want to see in the lineup this year? And who do you want to see in the lineup next year? Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for daily New York Rangers content.